Man, people take it for granted. You know, when we was rocking, I always say that the golden era started around 86, 87. Okay?
Yes.
And it was pure. It was innocent. Cats, they want to get their check. They want to get paid. But cats was rhyming for supremacy. There used to be these battles called world supremacy. You wanted to be the best MC. You wanted to be the best beatboxer. You wanted to be the best DJ. And it ain't like you getting paid for it. You might get a say, hey, we're gonna give you a record contract or what have you. But you was really sharpening your skills to be the best. I'm talking about, like, you hear cats now say, well, it ain't all about rhyming. I heard Lil Uzi Vert say it's all about the vibe, you know. I might not want to go in there and be worrying about my pen game. I just might want to go, yeah, 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 hey, right?
Yeah.
No, man, we were sitting down with that pad and that pen. What Cool J said, you want to give me an hour plus a pen and a pad, right? So I said, yeah, man, we took our time, man, and just like, you know what? Erase that, do it again until it come out right. You know what I'm saying? And it was competitive. You know what I mean? It was competitive. It's like, yo, you got to spend time working on your skills, son. You know what I mean?
Warning, this video contains recreational use. This is not for minors, 21 and up only, nothing for sale or trade whatsoever. This is a recreational and educational show. Smoke that like button and subscribe. No more talking, because it's time to catch right!
What's going on, everybody? You already know what this is. It's another fresh episode of the Rec View Show. You already know it's your boy right here, JD Kush. And we got a special show and a special guest tonight. Now, I got to go ahead and break this down, man. This is one of the legends of the hip-hop game, man. In the Pacific Northwest, that is. You know what I mean? He is one third of Black Anger. And he's the half of Bedroom Productions. Do for self-entertainment, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the God MC, my God MC. This is like KRS-One and Rakim put together. And Wise Intelligence put together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my brother, my older brother, Rami, a.k.a. Kendu, a.k.a. the Third Eye Assassin.
Man,
what is going on, bro?
Yo.
Yes.
Little bro right here, son.
Yes, indeed. Well, yeah, I'm just bro now because I ain't little no more.
Oh, he ain't little, man.
I mean, I'm still small, but you know,
well, he little like little brother, you know.
There you go.
Y'all know what we mean, man.
Yes, indeed.
Hip-hop references all day.
Yeah, there you go. So, yo, man, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, man, I've been waiting to do this with you, man.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm proud of you, man. I've been seeing you making moves. You teaching your stuff, the technology. I can see cats looking up to you, you know what I'm saying? By giving them a venue and giving them some spotlight to shine. That was the whole reason of the Bum Rush show. We play underground stuff. We don't want to play nothing on the radio. We want to give some shine to the underground.
Yes, indeed.
Independent artists.
Yes, indeed, man. And that's the same thing what the Rec League is doing, man. Shedding light, giving brothers and sisters an opportunity, man. Yeah. And I mean, to rock out. And that's what's up, man. Yo, man, so we're definitely glad to have you on the show, man.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. We're definitely going to talk about some things, but the main topic we're going to talk about is hip-hop, man. Hip-hop, man. Love, peace, unity, and having fun. That's what it is all about, man. So, yo, if you can... Now, I know you don't indulge in recreation. I know you don't indulge. But you already know what the Rec View Show is all about. catching wrecked and getting wrecked. So
Catching
before
wrecked,
we
man.
get into this interview, you already know. So this is gonna be for me.
Yeah.
All for me.
Do your thing, brother. Do your thing, brother.
Word. So yo, no more talking. No more talking. Because you know why? Because it's time to catch wrecked.
Okay. You catch a wreck, man. All due respect.
Yeah, there you,
You
go.
know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. So yo, man, dude, man, what you so what does hip hop means to you?
Hip hop, man, it means a whole lot. It's a lot of nuance. When we say nuance, it means it's not a simple thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
It's very complex, right? So let's look at the words. Hip. Hip means to make aware, to bring out some information, right?
Yes.
And hop means to elevate. So hip hop is to elevate your awareness, right?
Okay.
Hip hop is probably, and I said this earlier today to another brother, hip hop is probably the only music genre that is very critical of itself, right?
Okay.
It's the only one that's critical of itself, meaning it spawns so much debates. We debate about the new stuff ain't really hip hop, the old stuff is played out, the gangster rap destroyed the black community. You know, is that slut rap destroying the images of the black woman? You know what I'm saying? We're very critical of ourselves, and we talk about everything, right?
Right. Fact.
Right?
Right. Fact.
Because that's what hip hop is, man. Chuck D said it was what? The CNN for the black community. You know what I mean? So we discuss everything.
And that's how it was back in the day, man, you know, when hip hop was emerging, man, because it was storytelling and also teaching the youth, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. KRS-One was the teacher, right?
In fact.
Wise Intelligent, he said he the teacher, right?
Yes, yes.
So you know, Nomad said, yo, we blessed the mic check, right? So he said, if you got the mic, you better have something to say to him, yo.
Yeah.
You can't be wasting. So he said, I don't rhyme for the sake of riddling. You know what I'm Chuck D.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for riddling, get you confused. You don't know what I'm talking about. We need to elevate the mind.
Facts,
Right? Hip hop, baby.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, man. And you know, you was part of the game too, man. Like I said, man, I remember bedroom Productions. That's where it started, in the bedroom, man, making the production hits, man. And I remember, man, that I was like, when I think it was 3 and 4, man, when I started seeing you and the other bro up in the bedroom Productions, man. So you've been in this hip hop for a long, early 80s. So what's the actual year in the 80s?
Oh man. So let me say this. A lot of people, when they talk about hip hop or rap music or the rap business, they say, yeah, I've been in this since. So you might hear Rakim say, I've been in this since 86. See, that's when he'd been part of the rap industry in 86. But he was Kid Wizard before he was Rakim, sharpening his sword in battles, going to the Bronx with Bismarcky, right? Sharpening his tools, man. So I don't say that I started in 96. So 96 is when we officially put out music. You know what I'm saying? That was sold in Tower Records, Sam Goody, things like that, right? That's official. But I've been doing hip hop, man. I say officially in 1978, meaning the breakdance part, the electric boogaloo part, right? And give a big shout out to Keith Jackson, taught me and our brother Saeed the game, right? We didn't know it was called hip hop then, though, right?
Yeah, because there was no name yet.
Right. There was no name. So later, you know, I would say in 1980, 81, I started.
Oh man,
that second, that you call it the second hand.
The second hand smoke.
God dang. So in 81, you know, I got real serious about the rhyming. In 81, 82, I was doing pause loops.
Now,
okay,
explain to them, because I thought we was the only ones doing that.
Man, a lot of people
Until I
was doing
seen the documentary of the Tribe Called Quest, and Ali Shaheed Muhammad was breaking that down. So break that down of what is pause looping.
And Premier talked about he was doing it in Texas around the same time.
Yeah, see, so it's like
So
majority of people don't really know what pause looping means when it comes to production. So break that down right quick, just right quick.
All right. So, you know, we didn't have the samplers.
Right.
So you had a cassette deck, right? So you could, and back then they had a pause button on the cassette deck. And when you hit that pause, it was immediate stop, pop, right? It wasn't mechanical and taking a long time to pause. You hit pause, it stopped. So if you got your turntable and say you got the break beat on that joint, and you go and when you let it go, you hit the pause so it started recording. Boom boom got boom boom got pause.
Yeah.
Then you
bring it back.
Boom boom got and you keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Next thing you know, you got a 6-minute instrumental, right?
There you go. Yeah.
And if you were really good, it was flawless. But sometimes there was a little delay.
Yeah.
Because you're doing this over and over and over again. So you got the basic beat. Then we would play that, so you had the dual cassette. So we would play that, boom, 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 and it just kept going, right? And then we would say, okay, now we're gonna get a blank tape, and we're gonna press record while it's going, boom, boom, and then you let that play. Then you stop it.
Creativity, y'all.
Then you take that recording, boom, boom, and then now you can put and you just kept layering.
Overlaying. There you go.
And you didn't have a mix board with different 14 tracks, 16 tracks. We were the human samplers. We were the DJs, was producers.
Yes.
We were your track. We was the board. We was everything. The human being had to do all of that.
Yeah.
Before technology caught up and made everything easier.
Yes, indeed, man. And that joke, hey, look, that blew my mind, man, because that's basically like, you know, how like you said, you was the DJ, the mixer, because you remember, you know, we was rocking on stage. The DJ was behind the boards, bringing the joints back, but you're doing it in your bedroom.
Yes.
Cassette.
Yes.
Mixer.
Yes.
Record player.
Yes.
Turntable. I mean,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? That is creativity right there.
Yeah, you had to be creative, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And that was one of the elements of hip hop, because it was always creative, right?
Yeah, always creative, man.
Yeah, man. Word up, man. So what's the difference of when you was rocking and how hip hop was like late 80s to 90s, and let's say compared to 2005 to 2025?
Man, people take it for granted. You know, when we was rocking, I always say that the golden era started around 86, 87. Okay?
Yeah.
And it was pure. It was innocent. Cats, they want to get their check. They want to get paid. But cats was rhyming for supremacy. There used to be these battles called world supremacy. You wanted to be the best MC. You wanted to be the best beatboxer. You wanted to be the best DJ. And it ain't like you getting paid for it. You might get a say, hey, we're gonna give you a record contract or what have you. But you was really sharpening your skills to be the best. I'm talking about, like, you hear cats now say, well, it ain't all about rhyming. I heard Lil Uzi Vert say it's all about the vibe, you know. I might not want to go in there and be worrying about my pen game. I just might want to go, yeah, hey, right?
Yeah.
No, man, we were sitting down with that pad and that pen. What Cool J said, you want to give me an hour plus a pen and a pad, right? So I said, yeah, man, we took our time, man, and just like, you know what? Erase that, do it again until it come out right. You know what I'm saying? And it was competitive. You know what I mean? It was competitive. It's like, yo, you got to spend time working on your skills, son. You know what I mean? Cats would come after you. This is what I mean. I lived in Germany and we was in Washington. Cats, I had a reputation.
Washington
State. Cats would come look for me and would show up at my school. Say, yo, I heard this cat named KMC. Right? That was back in the day, right? or go back to the late 80s. They'll come up to Clover Park and say, yo, I heard this cat named Kendu. I want to battle him. And I'll be like, I see him coming through. I'm like, yeah, I'm Kendu, what's up? They were like, yo, man, let's throw down. You know what I'm saying?
See,
and when you talk about fighting, we talk about lyrical battles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hip hop has always been competitive, man. You know, the first B-boys, it was all about battling. Battle cry, right? You was battling, you know? And you know what we was doing for though, man? Get attention from the girls. Hey, look, get the girls' attention, man, you know?
See, back then, that I remember. You know, we be trying to press the girls to show how dope you was. Not trying to be on no, trying to, you know, get them. Nah, we trying to let them know. Of course, we get them, but we let them know how dope we was. Yeah, so we got skills.
Yeah, they want to be with the illest. You know what I mean?
Word. Yeah, I remember that shit. Okay. So that's how it was.
So it was for the love, man.
The love of the,
and it was to be the best.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, to battle. It was all about battling, man. Battling on the turntables, B-boys battling, MCs battling. It was about the battle. It was about having a reputation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. So, yo, I got this one question.
Yeah.
Now, this might piss some people off. But, you know, it has to be addressed.
Okay.
Because this is like, you know, this is hip-hop, man. It's something that, you know, we started, man. Black people, man. Black culture and expanded worldwide, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you like Eminem?
I respect Eminem. I don't listen to Eminem's music.
Okay.
Now, I did listen to when he first came out.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's when he was dope.
Yeah.
So do you believe that he's, do you think that they introduce him into hip hop? Or do you think they introduce him to people that's not hip hop?
I would say this, man. Let me say this. Anything that you don't understand about racism and white supremacy, if you don't understand that, everything else will confuse you. Dee Fuller and the late, great Dr. Francis Cress Welsing reminds us of that, right? The rise of Eminem has always been about his race. He said himself that he knows he's the hip-hop Elvis, right? Elvis didn't come up with none of that style. Elvis was learning, going to the juke joints like Jerry Lee Lewis, looking at what they was doing in the juke joints. You know what I'm saying? Big Ma Thornton, he was the first on a guitar, man, doing nothing but a hound dog. That was her song. You know, so he was just copying. He was just copying, and he's singing the exact same songs, you know, that black blues artists was doing, right? But you know, the white artists were blowing up.
Yeah.
Because the population want to see people that look like them. Same thing with Eminem, yo. Now Eminem got skills. Eminem got skills. But he would tell you, he understands that his rise and his prominence is because he's white, right? But Eminem says, but I studied the greats.
Yeah.
He studied Cool G Rock.
LL Cool J and all
LL Cool J, Rakim. Yeah, he said, I studied Big Daddy Kane, right? So he admit that, hey, I got this from them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at Eminem about it, though. It's the society that did that. He didn't do it.
Of course.
Yeah. So society did it.
It was basically a plan.
Yeah.
Like, yo, we finally got one of our own that is good as brothers and probably better.
And he got the cosign by Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you think, like, the way how hip hop is going, you know, people were talking about numbers and, you know, record sales and all like that. Yeah. So, in the next 30 years,
what does it take to make a classic?
Do you think, because like I said, where they placed them at, how they pushed them, you think he gonna be on that Mount Rushmore?
Nah, man.
I'm talking about
in 30. Okay, I'll put it like that.
In our Mount Rushmore, of course, but I'm talking about the global.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, if we don't protect our history, you know what I'm saying? If we don't protect our culture, and if we put it in the hands of people that's outside of our community, right?
That is happening right now.
Right? The industry cats, right? Then they can change history. right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of hard to do now because of the internet.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All information is at your fingertips. But I think because of technology and the internet, everything is well documented, right? And all kind of kids, hip hop, man, you can go to Israel, you can go to Guadeloupe, you can go to Colombia, you can go to Africa, you can go to Korea. You can find a dope MC, you can find dope B-boys, you can find graffiti, right? It's everywhere. But they all know who started it. They all know who the progenitors. They know it come from the Bronx. And they know it all really started with African people. And I say that hip-hop is an African continuum of culture and art. Right?
Okay.
Jazz wouldn't be jazz without black folks, right? Because you can hear the Africanness in the jazz. You can hear it in the blues. You can hear it in the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard Funga Alafia Ashe Ashe, you know who the first person I heard say that?
Who was that?
Bambaataa.
Oh.
Bambaataa over hip hop stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what is his name? His name is Africa Bambaataa.
Zulu Nation.
Zulu Nation.
Yeah.
It's an African continuum, man. You know what I'm saying? The DJ is the drums, right? The MC is the Jali, right? Or the griot, the storyteller, right? What is graffiti? What is the definition of graffiti? To scribe on walls, meaning to write on walls. Where they've been writing on walls since the beginning of time, right? You go to ancient Egypt, it's called Kemet, and the hieroglyphs is painting and writing on walls. You go to the Ndebele people in Africa, they paint on all of their walls, and that paint is messages, right? They coded messages, right? So we the first graffiti artists, right?
Yeah.
And then look, man, there's cats that were doing b-boy moves. They didn't call it breakdancing. It wasn't breakdancing, okay? But some of those moves that's in breaking and b-boying now, man, they was doing that back in Africa hundreds of years ago, right? The swipes. The swipes, they was doing that, man, already. No, it wasn't b-boying. We're not going to say it was b-boy.
Okay.
B-boying started in the Bronx, okay? But it was the seeds of b-boying.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like before hip-hop was hip-hop existed. You know what I'm saying? Before 1973, anybody that was really paying attention can see that hip-hop was just the summation of black culture. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right? Pig Meat Markham was from the Bronx. And he had a song called Here Comes the Judge, Here Comes the Judge. And he rapping. That was 1968. You know what I'm saying? So do you think...
Okay.
That's 1968.
Oh, snap.
So you can't say hip-hop started in 1973. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people argue, I remember there was an argument that Bambaataa said hip-hop didn't start till 1974 is when he realized, hey, there's something going on. This rapping, this MCing, and this DJing, and this graffiti, and these B-boys are always around each other. It's a connection between them, right? And then later on, he was like, yeah, this hip-hop, right?
Okay.
And you know, it was Cowboy, or the Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5.
Oh, yeah,
They used to call the 3 MCs before they were called Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5.
I didn't know that.
They were called Grandmaster Flash and Furious 4
I didn't know that either.
right?
Okay.
And Raheem was with the Funky 4 plus one more, but they was called the Funky 4.
Yeah.
Raheem they had a battle with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 4, and then they say, hey man, you want to come rock with us? And he left the Funky 4.
They went over
and went, yeah. So they had to bring Shot Rock was an original member of Funky 4.
Yeah,
she left. So when Raheem left, they got Shot Rock back. So that's when it became Shot Rock. The Funky 4 plus one more. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow! I didn't even know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, I know about Funky 4+1 More, but the backstory. I did not know
he
that.
was with them.
Oh snap!
And then that's when they became. He left, got with Flash. Now they the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Oh word. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. See, yo, man. We talking to the guy right now, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll take a little intermission, man. As you can see, man, I'm definitely getting lifted, man, and elevated, and he's elevating us at the same time, man. That's what I'm talking about. We catch a wreck with this knowledge, man. We catch a wreck on this real shit, and this is what it's all about, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're doing it for the culture, man. Reconstruct and renovating the culture.
That's right.
Word up, man. Yeah. And I'm definitely feeling nice over here, you know. Word up. Now, you know, this is the Rec View show. We're gonna get back to the hip hop. So, have you ever indulged in recreation? Have you ever?
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, man. So, I stopped when I was 24.
Okay. Oh. I was 11 years. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought when I was like 9 or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when
I stopped.
So back then when you used to get your thing on, if you can remember, was there certain names of the strings? Like,
I don't remember. I remember.
It was just Chronic, Killer, whatever.
I mean, you know, we was in Seattle area, Tacoma, so we used to call it KGB. Killer Greenbud. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Okay.
Yeah, man. You know, and you know they had the crystals and stuff in it, man. And, And you know that purple was in there. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I knew. But I'll tell you, man, I didn't smoke a lot. I smoked a lot, man. You know, that Old English was my joint.
The Old English.
8-ball rolling, baby. You know, that was my joint back in the day, man. You know,
okay.
I was a young cat, man.
So the only time you did indulge is like parties.
Every now and then, man.
Oh, okay.
I can count on my hands how many times I smoked.
Oh, okay. That's
good.
Know,
in Germany, you know, you had the purple bubble gum, the black bubble gum.
All right, there you go. Okay.
The black bubble gum. That's what they call hash.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
The black bubble gum. Yeah. Dang, that must have been some sticky sweet shit.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah. But it wasn't. You know, that was not never my main thing, man. You know, my boy Dre. Big shout out to D-Ham, Dillingham.
There you go.
Man, Dillingham gave you some stuff, man. That thing had me tripping. I said, you know what? I'm done, son. I'm done. You know what it was? It was my 24th birthday. And this girl, man, was from Baltimore. And she said, hey, I got a little present for you. Went out to the car. Man, I was so lifted. Yeah. I couldn't enjoy the rest of my birthday party, man. I was tripping. Man. And I don't know. Was you there?
Nah, man, you know I was young as hell, man.
Oh, man. Hey, brother, my 24th birthday party. Saeed, no, they surprised me, man. They had it in like the atrium, the pool area of a hotel.
Okay, now that the story, I do remember the story.
And I was trying to throw my own birthday party, and I went in there, and everybody was in there, man. I mean, somebody invited all the girlfriends out of here from back in the day. I'm like, yo, why you got all of them in one room, yo? You know what I mean? But all my friends, dude, I knew everybody. It was like over 100-something people there, man. And it was dope.
Yeah,
it was dope. They had all this, you know, they had all the drink, and you know, but we had everybody. 5%ers was there, Rostas was there, Crips was there, Bloods was there, because we was cool with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's you know, we're a black fam, man.
There you go, yo.
The Black Family Foundation.
Yes, indeed, BFF.
Yeah, man.
Word.
And so, you know, we was down with everybody.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
The Fruit of Islam, everybody, we was down with everybody.
We sure was, man. I definitely miss them days, man.
Yeah, man.
Them days was the shit, man. And speaking on them days, man, so, you know what I mean? You was, you know, hip-hop doing your thing and all that, man. And, you know, you definitely got knowledge and self, you know what I mean, within the years, man. So, like, how did you started realizing and started wanting to be like, you know what? I want to know more. And then and the more you read, there was a spot where I think this kid that right on me too. Oh, okay, damn, that's all. So, like, how did you started getting knowledge yourself? within this hip hop shit?
Oh man, how did I say? You going way back now, man.
Hey,
What you mean, like knowledge yourself with the hip hop?
Okay, because like I said,
I was living hip hop.
exactly.
So I didn't have to read. We didn't have to read stories about hip hop because when you was in hip hop, no matter where you live, we know of each other. You know what I'm saying? If you had a name for where you was from, you know what I'm saying? Like if I say Count Bass D, I know that's cats from Tennessee and Nashville area. They know him.
Okay.
So those of us outside of Tennessee, we know him. You know what I mean? If I say DJ B, I'm all the way to the West Coast. I know there's this cat from the Norfolk area named DJ B. Everybody knows him. You know what I mean? Like if you said DJ B Mello,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Shout out to B Mello.
Everybody knows, you know, people in New York and Cali know who DJ B Mello is. So we know of each other, man, and we know the stories.
Okay.
So the stories came in like African oration. There was nothing written down. You told the stories, right? So cats was like, yeah, man, you know, I remember at the back door, back in I think the back door was in the Bronx or Manhattan. But I remember hearing this story about the back door was a place that Melly Mel and them used to rap at, right? I didn't have to read that in no book. I heard that, right? Because cats from New York would travel, or you be in the military and you meet cats from New York, meet cats from Jersey, cats from LA.
Okay,
so you learn about the LA story of hip hop, not from videos or documentaries, from cats from LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we talk to each other. You know what I mean? But so that's like my knowledge of hip hop came like that. But my knowledge of self, because you know the fifth element arguably is knowledge in hip hop. That's the fifth element. Some say beatboxing, but even Bam Bottom them said it's knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Street knowledge or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? So my knowledge came from our mom made me read the autobiography of Malcolm X.
Okay.
So reading that and then hearing certain things that were said in hip hop music, say, hey, I remember they was talking about Elijah Muhammad, right?
Yeah.
In that book, you know, when Chuck D said, Farrakhan's the prophet I think you ought to listen to, where he could say to you, what you ought to do is follow for now, right? Who is Farrakhan? Me and Saeed was sitting there listening to tapes of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? So I'm getting knowledge like that through the 5%ers, you know, through the Fruits of Islam, right? So, you know, there was a time you used to see me with my red bow tie, my suit.
Yeah,
and I was hanging with Brother Phillip and Brother Anthony.
Yeah.
You know, we was selling the bean pies and final calls. You know, we used to sell books at our shows, right? Sometimes we'll sell final calls, books, the destruction of a black civilization, stolen legacy. You know, the introduction to African civilization. You know, we would sell these books. You know what I'm saying, at the shows. So they was like, Black Anger is about their knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we wanted to be different. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to have good character, integrity, and you know, when the gangster thing came out, we didn't like it because we saw what was happening. You know what I mean? So no, we trying to raise the minds and elevate the minds of the black youth. Then the gangster thing came in, right?
Yeah.
We can't blame MWA for that. It was the record companies and Jerry Heller behind NWA, right, that was egging them on to say, hey, we need to do it more gangster, more guns, more violence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Y'all paid it. Go ahead.
That's really what happened, yo. So I saw little kids who were all about the B-boy, the fat laces one year. Then a year or two later, Colors came out, right?
I remember y'all telling me a story. Cause, you know, like I said, I was young. I was probably 5, 6.
Yeah.
But I remember he said, living in Washington, the West Coast.
Yeah.
When that movie came out.
It changed everything.
Yeah.
That came out before NWA and before Eazy-E. Colors, let me tell you this, man. We went to see Colors. What's that theater called? I can't remember, man. But we went to see Colors, and there was red on one side, and there was blue on one side.
Oh, snap.
You know what I'm saying?
And what side I mean, and where you laid at? In the middle.
We was in the mix, man. We're just in the mix. You know, I went black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But them cats. Let me say this. Crips and Bloods were born that night in the Northwest, and they were already there. But it kind of was like a recruiting film. That movie persuaded cats to join Crips or Bloods. And you know, the East End was Bloods. You know, Pyru,
and then Hilltop,
Samoan and stuff was over there. And the Hilltop was blue. The HTC. Hilltop Crips. You know what I mean? So that created that whole confusion, man. There was a lot of confusion, man. You know, and you know, we was cool. I had friends that were Blood. I had friends that was Crip. You know what I'm saying? But that was never my thing. That was never my thing, man. Because that didn't make sense. Matter of fact, I remember when we was at a party and we was DJing, me and your brother. Saeed was little. He was like a little DJ. You know what I mean? I think he was like, man, Saeed probably was 12, 13 years old.
Goddamn,
you know what I'm saying?
And shit.
And some Crips came in, and I ain't know. I was like, Crip? What do you mean Crip? They was like, yeah, they Crips, man. They Hoover Crips. They come up from California. And I was like, Crips, what do you mean? They like handicapped? I didn't know what that meant, man. I didn't know what that meant, yo.
Okay, you know, cause you know, coming from Virginia, and now we living in Washington, so all right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. You already said he was in the movie theater. He had Bloods on one side and Crips on one, you know what I mean, on the other. Hey, that is crazy to see, yo.
Yeah, they was in there together, man.
Yeah, just imagine that, man. You know what I mean? And you already know certain sets be beefing with each other, but they in the movie, checking out a movie called Colors. About Bloods and Crips.
Vibing.
Man.
They was vibing together, man.
So what happened after that night? Like after the movie?
I mean, and then, you know, then you just start seeing that stuff in the news all the time, man. It really kind of got out of hand. And it changed everything, man.
All right. So back to that story that you were just telling that you was DJ.
Time to catch wreck.